हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल द सोलफुल डायरी। आज की वीडियो में हम बात करेंगे मैथ्यू आर्नल्ड और उनकी पोम डोवर बीच के बारे में। मैथ्यू आर्नल्ड के बारे में हम पहले एक वीडियो में डिस्कस कर चुके हैं, जिसका लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन में है। चलिए पोम को डिस्कस करते हैं। पोम को इन डेप्थ डिस्कस करने से पहले जान लेते हैं उसके कुछ की फीचर्स। Dover Beach by Matthew Arnold is a dramatic monologue lamenting the loss of true Christian faith in England during the mid 1800s. It was published in 1867 in a volume entitled New Poems. In this poem, Matthew Arnold discusses how faith to encompass the whole world, holding the populace tight in its embrace. But he believes it is losing ground to the sciences, particularly those related to evolution. The Origins of Species by Charles Darwin was published in 1859. The speaker begins by describing a calm and quiet sea out in the English Channel. He stands on the Dover coast and looks across to France, where a small light can be seen briefly and then vanishes. This light represents the diminishing faith of the English people and the world around them. Throughout this poem, the speaker crafts an image of the sea receding and returning to land with the world's faith as it changes throughout time. At this point in time, though, the sea is not returning, it is receding farther out into the strait. The poem concludes pessimistically as the speaker makes clear to the reader that all the beauty and happiness that one may believe they are experiencing is not in fact real. The world is actually without peace, joy, or help for those in need. And the human race is too distracted by its own ignorance to see where true assistance is needed anymore. The poem is divided into four stanzas of unequal lengths. Stanza 1. The sea is calm tonight, the tide is full, the moon lights fair upon the straits, on the French coast the light gleams and is gone. The cliffs of England stand, glimmering and vast, out in the tranquil bay. Come to the window, sweet in the night air, only from the long line of spray, where the sea meets the moon blanched land. Listen, you hear the grating roar of pebbles, which the waves draw back and fling at their return up the high strand, begin in cease, and then again begin. With tremulous cadence, slow and bring the eternal note of sadness in. The poem begins by describing the setting in which is taking place. It is clear from the title, although never explicitly stated in the poem, that the beach in question is Dover, on the coast of England. The sea is said to be calm. There is a beach on the water at full tide. The moon lies fair, lovely, upon the straits. A strait is a narrow passage of water, such as the English Channel, onto which Dover Beach abuts. Although it is useful to imagine the speaker in a particular place, the setting is not as important as what it represents. The speaker can see across the channel to the French side of the water. The lights on the far coast are visibly gleaming, and then they disappear, and the cliffs of England are standing by themselves, vast and glimmering in the bay. The light that shines then vanishes, representing to the speaker and to Arnold himself the vanishing fate of the English people. No one around him seems to see the enormity of what is happening, and the night is quiet. There is a calm the speaker refers to as tranquil, but as the reader will come to see, many things may seem one way but exist as the opposite. Now the speaker turns to another person that is in the scene with him and asks that this unnamed person comes to the window and read in the sweet night air. The second half of this stanza is spent describing the sounds of the water the speaker is viewing. The speaker draws his companion's attention to the sound that the water makes as it rushes in over the pebbles on the shore. They roll over one another, creating the grating roar. This happens over and over again as the sea recedes and returns. The slow cadence of this movement and its eternal repetition seems sad to the narrator, as if the returning sea is bringing with it the eternal note of sadness and Stanza 2. Sophocles long ago heard it on the Aegean, and it brought into his mind the turbid ebb and flow of human misery. We find also in the sound a thought, hearing it by this distant northern sea. The second stanza is much shorter and relates to the world in which the two characters are in the larger picture of history. The speaker states that long ago Sophocles heard the sound on the Aegean Sea as the tides came in. It too brought to his mind the feelings of human misery and how these emotions ebb and flow. Sophocles, who penned the play Antigone, is one of the best known dramatic writers of ancient Greece. Arnold hopes to bring the reader's attention the universal experience of misery that all throughout time have lived with. This short stanza ends with a return to the present as the narrator states that we are finding these same emotions in the sound. Stanza 3. The sea of fate was once, too, at the full, and round earth's shore lay like the folds of a bright girdle furled. But now I only hear its melancholy, long withdrawing roar, retreating to the breath of the night wind down the vast edges, drear and naked shingles of the world. In the third stanza of Dover Beach, it becomes clear that Arnold is speaking about the diminishing faith of his countrymen and women. He describes how the sea of faith, who once covered all of the round earth's shore and held everyone together like a girdle, now, through this time has passed, no longer is the populace united by a common Christian faith in God, by as Arnold sees it, spread apart by new sciences and conflicting opinion. The comparison that he has been crafting between the drawing away and coming in of the sea is now made clear as his speaker says, it is no longer any return, the sea is only receding now, melancholy and long. It is retreating from England and the rest of the land of the earth and leaving the people exposed. Stanza 4. Ah, love, let us be true to one another, for the world, which seems to lie before us like a land of dreams, so various, so beautiful, so new, hath really neither joy nor love nor light, nor certitude nor peace nor help for pain. And we are here, as on a darkling plain, swept with confused alarms of struggle and fight, where ignorant armies clash by night. At the beginning of the stanza, it is clear that the companion who is looking out over the water with the speaker is most likely a lover or a romantic partner. He speaks now directly to her, and perhaps to all those true believers in God that are still out there. He asks that they remain true to one another in this land of dreams. The world is no longer what it was, and it is more like a dream than the reality he used to. It is a land that appears to be full of various beautiful, new, and joyous things. But that is not the case. This new world is, in fact, without joy, love, or light, certitude, peace, or finally help for those in pain. It is not what it appears to be. The poem concludes with a pessimistic outlook on the state of the planet as the people are suffering around the world on a darkling plane, confused and fighting for things they don't understand. Real suffering is going on and faith is slipping away. Literary devices, alien, alliteration, the repetition of the same consonant sound at the beginning of multiple words, for example, lie, like, and land in stanza 4, allusion, a reference to something outside the scope of the poem. In this case, the poem alludes to Sophocles, a great Greek playwright. Similarly, a comparison between two things using the words like or as. For example, to lie before us like a land of dreams. Imagery, the use of particularly interesting descriptions that help readers imagine a scene in great detail. For example, the tide is full, the moon lights fair. The mystery of human condition. As the speaker thoughts turn away from serenity of Dover beach at high tide, his mind grows increasingly tormented by thoughts of the misery of human condition. The speaker's thoughts begin moving in this melancholy direction at the end of first stanza when he likens the periodic sound of crashing waves to a tremulous cadence that contains an eternal note of sadness. The moment the speaker has this thought, he makes a connection to an ancient Greek tragedian who explicitly compared the sound of waves to the human condition Sophocles long ago heard it on the Aegean, and it brought into his mind the turbid ebb and flow of human misery. The speaker affirmed Sophocles' pessimism in the poem's final stanza. There he provides a disturbing vision of a joyless and loveless world that offers human neither certitude nor peace nor help for pain. This world, he contends, is like a twilight plain where ignorant armies clash chaotically in the falling darkness. Although the speaker is offering a vision of what the world is like, his real emphasis falls on those metaphorical armies. The speaker seems to imply that we are all like soldiers fighting on a bewildering battlefield, struggling and afraid. Such is the misery of human condition. Meaning influence of Christian faith. A key theme in Dover Beach relates to the meaning influence of Christianity. This theme makes it to most obvious appearance in the third stanza, when the speaker invokes a metaphorical sea of faith. The sea used to be full sometime in the recent past, but its reserves have diminished in the intervening years. Symbolically, the speaker uses the sea of faith to draw a link between the literal ebbing of the tide at Dover Beach and the figurative ebbing of religion's tide in 19th century Britain. On a personal level, the speaker clearly derives an important aspect of his identity from his devotion to the Christian faith. However, the speaker's concern with the religion's diminishing influence isn't merely personal, although religion provides the individual with a personal grounding in faith. It also offers a moral framework that can help hold society together. Without a shared morality to guide the wider community's sense of what matters most in the world, society easily falls apart. It is precisely this concern with impending social chaos that the speaker projects in his final image of the world as a darkling plain swept with confused alarms of struggle and flight. Uncertainty of love. The poem's final stanza suggests that one of the concerns preoccupying the speaker relates to the future of his relationship with his beloved. He first calls out to his beloved in lines 9 to 14 when he draws her attention to the grating roar of the waves as they fling pebbles up and down the beach. The speaker addresses his beloved a second time in the poem's final stanza when he asks her to make a promise. Our love, us be true to one another. Here, the speaker begs his beloved to pledge his fidelity. This request directly precedes his analysis of the world as an arena of chaos. Effectively, the speaker is asking his beloved to promise her love and faith in an otherwise loveless and faithless world. This marks an ambivalent moment in the poem, for it is unclear how honestly the speaker believes in the power of love. Perhaps the speaker really thinks that through their love, the couple may stand against the tide of chaos. On the other hand, his desire for his beloved's promise of faith could simply be a conventional gesture of romantic love that provides little more than empty comfort. थैंक यू। आई होप आज की वीडियो आपको अच्छी लगी। कैसी लगी हमें कमेंट करके बताएं, और अगर अच्छी लगी तो लाइक शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब टू माई चैनल। हमें कमेंट करके ये भी बताइए कि आप आने वाले वीडियोस किस टॉपिक पर देखना चाहते हैं। मिलते हैं कल एक और इन्फॉर्मेटिव वीडियो के साथ शाम 4 बजे।